Hello, everyone. Hello, Jack. Hello, Nikki. Can you guys hear me okay? Haha, good. Let me see if I can put my regular signature here. The pineapple. So, and Jack says, I'm like the gray attire. Oh, you like the gray attire. You like this? This is a special gift from my son. Yeah. Eric Atkinson says, hi, can I have advice on unrequited feelings? First thing, Eric, I think it's your first time here. If you wouldn't mind, we need to know gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. Like M for male, F for female, or whatever your gender is represented by, and then the age and what part of the world you're tuning in from. And by all means, the unrequited feelings are it's part of the reality of life. It's not something that the problem is not the unrequited feelings. It's not the unrequited. The problem is not what you don't get back from people. The problem is that you expect to get back things from people. That's where the root of the problem is. You don't expect, you won't be disappointed. It's like something in a civilized world. You would expect to go to a store and pay your money and expect to get what you're buying in good quality. And you don't expect not to get that. But that's a business transaction, expectations of trade. But in a regular, normal life, day-to-day life, coming to do with human relations, it's not a business transaction because there's nothing clear, nothing promised, nothing said. You're just venturing out in the sea. Nobody said the sea is going to be smooth sailing for you just because you decided to put your boat into the water. Water has its own characteristics. It says, hey, you want your boat in my water? Well, dude, suit yourself. Take the risk. I may not be smooth. I may not be peaceful. I may not give you the right waves to take you where you want to go. I may give you lots of waves, storm. I may drown you. So you take your own risks. So expecting the ocean to cooperate with you, it's unreasonable. Now, when you come to human psyche, consciousness of each person is bigger than the ocean and the possibilities that could happen in the ocean. And yet you expect a set, stable, conjured up, assuming that everything, the result would be as you would have thought it should be. None of us have any control on the elements of the nature, wind, rain, thunder, ocean, behavior, let alone the consciousness, which is representing the whole world, including all the ups and downs of everything else, rain, thunder, ocean, waves. So the problem, Eric, is not in the unrequited portion of what you're asking, what you're giving away. The problem is your expectation. Why do you expect? Why do you think everybody is out there just to comply to your expectations? If you don't have that, then it means you're capable of not needing. When you do not need, you're not going to be hurt. When you do need, then you're at the mercy of that return, whatever that is. So either go into the ocean with the intention of swimming in the water that is going to be the characteristic of that day, and not expect it to be the way that it would make it easy for you to swim, or just don't go. Sorry, guys. So now I wonder if that would do it for you, Eric. All right. So let's see what else we have here. And Superness says, hello, Mehran. Adam here. UK 38, shoe size 8. Okay, good. Or now there are two of them. One, we have another a friend of ours from UK who actually includes his shoe size in the protocol as well. So Jack says, follow the protocol. Yes, that's right. Jack says, private Gaul from the UK. Okay, Jack. Thank you for that. And Wayne says, male 46, Irish. Hi, Mehran. Hope all is well. Hello, Wayne. Good to see you, dear. Yes, thank you. It's a kind of Londonish weather here today in Vancouver. Drizzle, fog, a little bit of a sun showing. I can see the ocean a bit, but not so much. Eric says, male 30 years old, Pennsylvania. Oh, hello, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. What's going on with my tongue twist? Pennsylvania. There was a movie on Pennsylvania, what, 6,000 or something like that? It was about the vampires and all that. It was a funny movie, long time ago. Ross says, "Hey Mehran, hello Ross, male 30 UK," and he says, "How do you turn off the switch in your brain to attractive girls who you know aren't right for you, but you still want?" Ah, one moment. Let me turn the good camera on. 1 second. All right. I think it's on. All right. That's good. All right. So, hope you're all doing well. Pretending that this is just start of the session here. So Ross says, male 30 UK, how do you turn off the switch in your brain to attractive girls who you know aren't right for you, but you still want? First of all, how do you know they're not right for you right off the bat? That's pretty good abilities. But I know what you're saying. After you get to know them a little bit and you realize that they're not the right girl, but they're so pretty and aesthetically pleasing to your taste and expectations and standards, how do you manage that? Well, the answer to this question should start with if you do want to like or dislike something, you got to know what that thing is first. Do you know what it is that you're attracted to? You know what it is you're attracted to. You're attracted to the physical attributes of that woman. But is that what your relationship is going to be with the aesthetic attributes of the woman that you're meeting or going out with? Is that where the relationships gets rooted, gets connected? Are you having a relationship with her aesthetics? Can two people really have or build or base a relationship on the physical attributes of each other? No. That's why so many good-looking people, drop dead gorgeous women and handsome men get together, get married, and then get divorced. Why? If that is all it's necessary for a good relationship, well, many people have good looks to each other, acceptable and preferred, meets the requirements. So how come they get divorced or they break up? Because the relationship is never between their aesthetics, their physical entity. The real relationship takes place between the two consciousness. And the two consciousnesses are conditioned so differently from each other that it's impossible to be able to interpret them by just looking at each other physically. It's like saying the computer that I see in the store looks so colorful and that must be the perfect memory expansion and programs in it and perfect programming that operating system that makes this computer function. You don't decide on working with the computer based on its colorful aesthetics of the casing, do you? No. You try to find out what kind of program operating system has, what capacities, what memory, expandable or not, what the circuitries are. Huh. Well, so much for our good camera. Because the memory card is full. But we continue. We continue here. All right. So therefore, you cannot expect your relationship to be satisfactory or on its positive path or progressive on a path that is laid out based on physical attraction. Which all what I'm saying here leads to the point that I'm trying to make. You need to separate the physical appearance of the woman, whether you're a man, woman, whatever you are, you're who are you interested in. You got to separate the physical beauty of that woman, physical attributes of that woman from the woman. The woman is not how she looks. That's how she looks. Like a man is not how he looks or what he has. That's what he has. A car, house, money, looks, a nice suit. But that's not who he is. A woman could have beauty that drops you, knocks you down on your knees. All the beauty and the high heels and dewed up and so on and gorgeous fit. But that's how she looks. That's not who she is. If you mix the two up, then when someone looks so good and you're attracted to her, you think that attraction is representation of who she is. But it's got nothing to do with it. You got to see if you can connect with her consciousness, your consciousness and her consciousness. What things you guys have available. What things you guys have available to each other. Emotionally, how compatible you are. On consciousness level, how compatible you are. How you complete each other. How you can connect with each other. These are all on intellectual basis. And that's got nothing to do with how she looks. What you're attracted to is how she looks. And how she looks has got nothing to do with what she has made out of herself. That's how she was born. And you, as a heterosexual male, in your genes are programmed to be attracted to a certain aesthetics of a woman. That's no credibility to the woman. That's your ability. It's like saying, well, I like to eat, omelet. I like omelet. It's because you need sustenance. You're hungry, and that's food. And your ability to be hungry makes that omelet so valuable. So your conditioning in your genes to be attracted to a woman makes the woman attractive to you. But that is not a credit for the woman. She hasn't done anything on herself. What she has made out of herself, experiences, the things she has learned, the contributions she's made to the society, how she has become who she has become, how the conditioning in her mind is, how their knowledge, understanding, goals in life is. That's got nothing to do with your attraction to her. She can't get any credit of your interest in her. So when you separate who she is with what you're attracted to, then you can switch off your brain. But you don't. You think who she is how she looks. How she looks has nothing to do with who she is. I think that's enough for now. You might have gotten the gist of it. I'm pretty pissed off that that camera didn't work. Might as well. Let me go turn it off. All right. So, Ross, I hope that would be something to start. Well, I have discussed this topic on the video separately. SL, Stephen, male, 39, Los Angeles. Hi, Mehran. Hello, SL. And Supernez says, Ross, the more attractive she is, the not necessarily. Bobby Necro says, hi, Mehran, 39, male, UK. I have a real hard time as my heart always feels broken about the situation with my son. My ex has moved on and they do all the family stuff and I am alone. It hurts so much. Why are you not involved in the custody of your son? Why, or have you given full custody to her? Why did you not go fight through court systems and make sure you both have joint custody? The child needs her mother, his mother, and the child needs his or her father. Both are necessary. Therefore, the idea that you think just because you're divorced, then the child must spend all the time with the mother, that's nonsense. That child would have not been born if it wasn't because of both of you, not just one of you. You're not a snake. So it needs two to tango, and you guys tangoed, and that child is the result of that dance. Therefore, you're both responsible for him, and he needs both of you. You guys must cooperate to make sure that he gets the benefit of the love that both of you can offer him. Brings that psychological security to him. Never give up on your son. Ever. Go and make sure that you have allocated dedicated time, just as much as she does, during the week. Make your work schedule and everything to work. Spend time with your son, bond, and help him to grow. Both of you. That's the only way to do this. So you don't have to be hurt, and you can have your own schedule, do homework with him, play, do things, discuss, talk, and make sure that even though you and your ex-wife are not on good terms, or maybe you were not at one point, make sure that you guys played right in front of him. Create that loving atmosphere, fun times, even sometimes together, the three of you. Even though you're not together and she may have her own boyfriend or you have your own girlfriend and whatnot, but don't bring him into the scene. Spend special time, just the three of you. Some outing, some lunch or breakfast or some cinema or some playground, something. So the child would not think that just because mom and dad couldn't make it together, then I'm now supposed to be separating myself from them, either one or both of them. That should not be his responsibility to think. Should be calm, relax, and feel secure because of the behavior and the atmosphere that you guys create, and to be able to enjoy his childhood. That's the way to do it. So don't sit and be upset. Take action. Friendly discussion with your ex-wife, and if it didn't work, through the legal system, get proper joint custody, and both of you work it together. Make life happy for him. It wasn't his decision for you guys to get married, and it wasn't his decision for you guys to not be together. So your duties and responsibilities still remain the same for him, both of you. And I hope your wife will also hear this. All right, let's move on. Anything more than that, Bobby, you just make an appointment with me and we'll discuss it one-on-one on Skype, because I think this will turn out to be a long discussion on that note. Yeah. He says, I just keep thinking, I wish the divorce had never happened, and I had never had the life, and I would have the life I should have had with my son and family. Yeah, but that's not something that is one person can decide. There are two people in a relationship, right? And sometimes one of them or both of them thinks differently. That's beside the point. You should not ask that question. You should deal with what it is now. I wish it didn't happen. Yeah, I wish I had 1 million subscribers here. But I don't, do I? So I have to do it what it takes. And let's try to build a good channel anyhow. So regardless of what has happened, let's try to build a good life for you and him and her anyhow. So let's move on to Eric Atkinson. Atkinson reminds me of that product, Atkinson sword. What was it? A shaving blade? Very famous company. And Atkinson, Eric says, do you believe someone can remain friend with someone they have romantic feelings for? The other person just wants to be friends. Well, again, you should understand that it's a two-way street. If one of them doesn't want, well, it's not going to work. So you're hanging around, the more you feel needy and the more she will feel empowered, because she doesn't want you and she knows that you want her. So she will keep you around to feel good about herself, but you will be just witnessing her flirting with this and that, or having her life, and you'll always just be in the awe. It's like you're hungry sitting on a table, but there's no plate of food in front of you. You just see other people eat. Why? Go out of the restaurant, go to somewhere else and make your own food and create your own kitchen and create your own restaurant and all that. You're not bound to that. That's just a feeling. It's gonna pass. She doesn't want it, respect it, but respect yourself as well. Why would you want somebody who doesn't want you? What for? What kind of a heavenly decree she's gonna put on you? What kind of a heavenly life she's gonna bring for you just because who is she? What has she done? It is your desire who desires her. Your brain doesn't desire her because she's got not enough credentials, which one of the most important one is wanting you. She doesn't want to. So if she doesn't want you, why would your brain desire her? So you're not desiring her. Your desire is desiring her. You are conditioned to comply to what your desire wants. You want to prove to your desire that you're worthy, so you go after what the desire wants. But why don't you dissect it? What is it that my desire wants me to go after? Is it suitable for me? Just because I desire doesn't mean it's a good match. What are the criteria that it should be there before I find it qualified for me? Number one, she wants me. She doesn't. That's already disqualified. So I don't care what the desire wants. Intimacy, sexually, and all that, none of that matters. I focus on the qualification of the person, and the person is not qualified because she doesn't want me. Move on. Be strong. And move on to the person who appreciates you, wants you. Otherwise, you'll be just like a gopher, following her around, hoping, and never anyone who you stick to so hard would ever want to be near you. Just the way the shortcomings of a human being is. And it's not defining you. It just says, don't follow your desire unless you find that desire is a reasonable desire and meets your criteria to allow and to be qualified for you to desire. Do not listen to your desire. You're the final judge on what the desire wants, and choose from all the things that the desire desires and see which one is qualified to be desirable. Have I used the word desire enough in this discussion? All right, let's go on to Shaful Shavon. Male 24, Bangladesh. Many successful people, he says, have turned their sadness to creativity. The creativity. Or to be successful. How can I turn my sadness to success? You don't need to go and find ashes to make fire with. Why don't you go find and get proper wood that is available and turn that into fire? That's easier. So in other words, don't try to make success from sadness. Say, fuck with the sadness. I don't want it. I'm just going to focus on success. And what is it that brings success for me? The things that I like to do. This thing that brings me sadness, I don't like it. So I'm not going to focus on it. Once you're done with that, it's not a matter of turning it into something. It's a matter of abandoning it and simply, freely to be able to take opportunities that is unfolding in front of you that life and the world has in store for you. That's what you should focus on. Focus on success itself, not turning sadness to success. Just simply, if you see, the way you can do it simply is that if you think it's something's making you sad, say, the hell with it, I don't want to be sad, and because I don't want to be sad, I'm going to go and become successful. That's the way you turn it around. Why? Because you don't like to be sad. Do you like to be sad? No. If you don't like to be sad, why do you want to remain to be sad? Which means you got to change what you don't like to what you do like. What is it that you like? Success. What is it that you don't like? Sadness. So therefore, that would be your motivation. Because I don't like this, because I don't want to feel like this, therefore I'm going to push myself even harder to go and do the things that I need to do in order to be successful. Because I want to be successful first. Second, I don't want to be sitting here and not be successful. Not focus on being sad, but not be successful. I don't want to feel like this. Because I don't want to feel like this, I want to feel the way it makes me happy. What? Success. So that's the way you can think of it, if that would be helpful to you. David says, hello, Mehran, 24, Dallas male. Hello, David. Long time no see. So, I wonder how come that camera is still on. Let me turn it off. All right. Okay. Now, Sam Isaac says, hi, Mehran. I'm 23, male in the UK. I made mistakes and she now wants nothing to do with me. Okay. And I do not know what to do. Nothing. You move on. You're 23 years old. You've got no business wanting to stick with one woman for the rest of your life at this age. You hardly know who you are, let alone knowing what you really want, and you think that girl is what you really, really want? Is that what you really, really, really want? The Spice Sisters, yeah? What? Is that what it's called? The Spice Sisters? What is it? That was the group, right? Baby Spice, Ginger, and Posh, Sport. That's what they said. Is that what you really, really, really want? No, it's not. At age 23, you hardly know what the shit you're all about, let alone thinking, oh, that's a woman of my life. These are the experiences that you should be experiencing at that age. She comes, she wants you, she doesn't want you, she goes. Not the end of the world, because just as she goes, and just as she came, and now she goes, there will be another one that will come and will go also. And then another one will come and will go also. And through this come and go, you will learn who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, and not every woman is the same. Every woman is different. And you, at this moment, just gotta go and learn this interaction with women through these experiences, that some of them are very short and some of them are a little longer. Either way, they'll all break down and break up until you're at least 28 years old. Then you begin to know who you are, you've established yourself in life, you have some kind of a career that you've created and all that, and then you kind of have enough experience to know what makes you tick, what makes you like something, what doesn't, and then you will be honest with yourself and not simply constantly trying to keep a relationship with a woman that you're sexually excited and you like her because she looks good, but she's not the right person for you. Then you become strong enough to say, well, look, yeah, she's great looking wise, but she doesn't have the consciousness that I can really build something with her. And pretty much you will know what kind of consciousness you're looking for, what kind of consciousness you have, how you can compromise, and how you can make things work pretty much from the age 28 onwards. Until then, most of them will just not work. And if it didn't, don't despair. It's not the end of the world. It's just one experience. Move on. Respect her wishes and respect yourself as well. And he says, I do not know what to do. I know that it was a bad relationship, but sometimes want to try and fix it. No, don't try to fix it. Move on. Marva says, everything that glitters is not gold. Which one of the videos I said that? I know in a bunch of it I did. You must have watched one of them. I don't know the name of it. If you remember, put it up here. Bobby Necro says, I do have my son twice a week and involved with his school and things. Yeah, twice a week is not enough. You got to see him every day or every other day. Have a schedule with her that you pick him up from school, take him to your home if he's with you, or take him to your ex-wife's place, and then she picks him up another day, brings her to her home if he's with her, or not, brings him to your home. So you gotta see your son more than twice a week. What is twice a week? What the fuck is that? That's not being engaged in his life. Gotta see him more than that. He needs you, and you need him. Bond with him. Don't create a vacuum. I don't care when it is. You gotta get agreement with her. She doesn't own the child, and you don't own the child. Both of you are responsible for the child to make him feel safe. And if she understands that, then both of you should have equal times. If that is not understandable and reasonable, then you go to court and get that motion put in and get an order for that, and then spend time with your son, both of you, equally. I'm not encouraging you to cut her off in anything. I'm encouraging you to get your portion of your responsibility in hand and attend to it. Both of you together cooperate. If you understand what is best for your son, then you'll cooperate. If not, you guys go to court, let the judge decide, and hopefully it will be half and half. And make arrangements with your wife, ex-wife. Discuss it friendly, reasonably. Bring to your attentions the importance of it for your child, for his psychological well-being, and arrange enough time for both of you to have a say and to have an influence, positive influence in his life, make his life comfortable. You guys already did something bad, which is separating from each other when you have a child. Now, you must suck it up and make it up to him by making sure he's not deprived from your attention or your love. Make your wife understand this. If she didn't, then you go to court and get that happen, because that child is more important than either one of you. Capiche? Verstehen Sie? Vous comprend? All right. Let's go to Chris. Chris Aubrey says, hello, Mehran. I'm a bit late. Yeah, it's all right. It's not a classroom, but actually, you're a bit late. That's compared to me, you're far ahead. I thought it's Saturday. On Sundays, I usually go to my mom at 6 o'clock. Now it's 5 o'clock. We go to my mom, usually all of us. And today I thought it's Saturday. And I was off for a whole day. So you think you're late a few minutes, I'm late a full day. So I almost forgot that today is the day I visit mom. Juanpa says, Pura vida, Mehran. Pura vida, Juanpa. How are you? And Matthew says, I'm having trouble with my Mike. What happened to protocol? Gender, age, where are you tuning in from? Put it down there while I'm reading it. And there's Majid. That's the man I was looking for, who also introduces himself by his shoe size. That's what I was meaning earlier. Mike says, I'm having trouble. Mike, put that information down while I'm reading your question. Mike says, I'm having trouble with my thoughts. Thank you, Mike. Oh, Canadian, eh? Male 27 Canada. Where in Canada, Mike? Where in Canada? Come on. Where in Canada? Alberta, only 2 hours away from us. All right. Mike says, 27, Alberta, Canada, says, I'm having trouble with my thoughts. Who doesn't? Keep thinking what I did wrong and having urges to reach out gives me anxiety. I want to just not care anymore about, but I struggle feeling lonely and sad. So you think by going into your memory and keeping those experiences that were not pleasant, trying to figure out what you did wrong, you actually, by your thought, having created your existence to be in a different time, because going to the memory is the past, so you go into the memory, you're in the past, and you think when you're in your memory and you're in the past, thinking about the things that happened in that past time zone, you actually believe that that is actuality and you can fix things by being in the memory. Understand what the bullshit you're putting yourself through, and that is why you never come out of it. Why? Because when you're in the memory, you believe you're in that time zone, and therefore you remember the things, and when you remember the things, you're not here, you're in that time. When you're in that time and you believe it, then you want to fix it. You come up with ways, you constantly go over into your mind that I wish I should have said this, I'm saying this, you're changing the scenarios. But when you actually come back to the reality, you get thirsty, you want to have your tea, or you want to have food, or you want to go somewhere, you have an appointment, you're back in the reality, and then you see, it hasn't been fixed. Why it hasn't been fixed? Because that fix that you were doing in your mind when you were in your memory was in a different time zone. But that time zone was not live, was not actuality, was not reality. Therefore, you could not have applied the remedy that you thought of when you were in your memory about that incident, about that what you wanted to fix, and you actually get the result of having fixed something, because it was all a recording, a memory, not actuality to fix it. The time to fix it or to do anything different than what has been done is already past. It cannot be changed. Therefore, you're wasting your time and energy, and it leads to constant disappointment every time you go to your memory, thinking that I fixed it, but why is it not fixed? So you get anxious, anxiety, and feeling of fear, and feeling of disappointment. Why? Then I have to go back in the memory and try again. Lo and behold, you're going to a different time that is not alive, is not in existence, is dead time, and you're trying to fix something that is dead in the memory, which itself is not an actuality. So you're trying to fix something that is not alive, that is dead, with something that is not real, which is in your memory. Thought. Thought is not an actuality, but thought always tries to replace the actuality. That's why it bloody fools you and keeps you in there. Why? Because every time you think of the remedy for it, it doesn't work. Why? Because you're applying a remedy to a dead existence of something, to a non-existence of something. How can you fix something that is no longer in existence? How can you fix something that happened yesterday in your mind when that yesterday is no longer today? It doesn't exist. Even if you have the right screw, the car is gone. What was broken, brought into your garage to fix it, is not there anymore, but now you have the screw and you're imagining the car being there and you're putting the screw on and you say, why is it not working? When you come back out of that memory, because it was just a memory. You were fixing like you were making a make-believe. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Let me see if I got lost in my response. Or was it urges reach out? Great anxiety. Yeah, that's why you have the anxiety, because you never see the result of your labor, result of the solutions you come up with, because those solutions are in your memory, and the memory is non-existence. Memory is dead. Memory is not alive. You cannot apply anything to it, but you keep going in there and you believe you are in that time zone, because thought, memory, doesn't understand it's not the actuality unless you tell it to. And because it doesn't, you're in there, you think you're in the reality, and you find the solution, you apply the solution, you come back to the actuality, you see the solution, the memory is still as it was. Therefore, you want to redo it again. Therefore, you're frustrated why it doesn't work. Because it's like a dream. You can't fix things in dream. So, you didn't do anything wrong. That's the answer. At the time that one does something, provided these are all civil behavior and not harmful to other ones, at the time that one does something, one believes that that decision is correct. So if you didn't think the decision that you have made in the past about certain circumstances, you didn't think it was the right decision, the best you could do at the time, according to your character, understanding your knowledge, your limitations, then you wouldn't have done it. So what you did was you thought it was the right thing to do at the time. Now you think, with the more wisdom and time has passed and you realize some things, that wasn't right. All you can do is learn from it and go on and make sure in the next circumstance you will not make the same mistake or the same behavior. That's all. Otherwise, trying to make an attempt to go back in your memory and try to fix something that is dead, non-existence, past is dead, memory is dead, memory is non-existence, that's futile. That brings anxiety, of course it does. Why do you want to fix something that at the time that you made that decision, you thought it was a correct decision? Otherwise, you wouldn't have made it. Now you see it was wrong. Well, you're now more wise than then. Then use this for the next. Not use it for the past. Because the past, you cannot apply it to. And brings simply anxiety and disappointment and frustration. Now, this is a very long discussion that I can go on deeper and deeper, but perhaps this is not what you the time that we are going to spend on here would be dedicated only to that. And of course, the sadness and the loneliness and all that. There are a lot to talk about it. But you know, guys, on this channel, we have about 2,000 videos that pretty much anything you can think of after your breakup, anything you can think of under the sun, we have a video on it. Just go on my channel, type in how you feel. Loneliness, there are going to be a bunch of videos coming. Sad, bunch of videos coming. A word that describes your feeling, your emotions at the time, just put that in the search engine of my channel. There's bound to be a bunch of videos on them. And if not, simply go on the playlist and look at the playlist. I've got 85, 86, maybe 90 different playlists. By the title, choose the playlist that is going to serve you well and put you on the path of getting the answer to the questions that you're looking for. This channel has pretty much everything you need to get out of that breakup devastation and move on to bigger and better things, get your life and balance back. All for free. Everything here on this channel is for you to choose and use for free. And you don't need to talk to me. But if you do specifically and you want to go deep into your specific situation, you can always go to on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com, mindthatseekstruth.com, and make an appointment. Click on Talk to Mehran via Skype, make an appointment, and then of course we will explore it one-on-one together, and we'll get you back on the right track. Hey, that rhymed. We get you back on the right track, pretty much. Slogan: subscribe to my channel. We'll get you back on the right track. All right, now don't forget to promote the channel, guys, as much as you can. It's 6 years I've been making these videos. Everything's been free for you guys, and as you all know, you've seen my introductory to the channel video. It's 20 minutes, explains everything. But for the first 2-3 years, I've been doing Skype consultation for anyone who reached me from anywhere in the world for free. I did all my pro bonos. It's time for you, bloody subscribe and promote the channel. God damn it. Time is passing. I'm getting older. So move it. I've got plans. Want to go around the world, meet you guys all, and teach you guys the stuff. I mean, share with you guys. Who am I to teach? Share with you guys what I know, which can be very helpful, but a lot more than what I can do here. So, having said that, plugging all what I could plug, let's go to Gabriel Santana. Oh, Santana, that's a big name. Santana was one of my favorite music bands, when I was in university. So Gabriel Santana says, I was doing really well. Gabriel, where is the protocol? Where is the protocol? Gender, age, where are you tuning from? God damn it, guys, how many times do I have to say that? All right. Gabriel, put that in there. Where is it? Male, 23, Brazil. Was that so hard? Couldn't you have done it earlier? All right. Gabriel says, I was doing really great after a breakup. I have a video says, how did I really do great after breakup? Something like that. Watch that. That's also good. Says, I was doing really great after a breakup. About a month ago, I had a dream that me, let me put this up a little bit so my head is not chopped off. I was doing really great after a breakup. About a month ago, I had a dream that me and my ex-girl were together. Also, what to do when your psyche and unconscious play with you in forms of dreams? It's not playing with you. You're playing with yourself all through the day. Most dreams are based on your focus on what you're focusing during the day. You're constantly thinking about her all day long. Oh, I miss her. Oh, I remember all those good things. So you're creating an exercise of continuous conditioning of your synaptic neurons to create bridges for this particular train of thought. It is no different than when you play lots of tennis or lots of piano, and because you keep playing piano, the synaptic neurons create bridges between the two, specifically geared to facilitate the neurotransmitters relating to becoming good at playing piano, or it's playing tennis, or whatever it is that you do a lot of. Remember the old time, from the old time, always they said, practice makes perfect. That's really what it meant. The more you practice something, the more synaptic neurons create bridges specifically for a transmission of that information for you to become really good at what it is that you do a lot of. So if you're gambling a lot, that's what your behavior is going to be. If you're drinking a lot, that's what you're making yourself dependent on. If you're thinking about your ex constantly, that's what you're doing, just like you're playing piano a lot. And because you create all those neurons geared for that kind of a perception, when you sleep, you have it all in your memory, all fresh and all on top of your filing system, and then you dream about different things. It's not a holy signal for you that, oh, I dreamt of that. Yeah. You dream of a potato, you'll be thinking of potato all day long, peeling potato. Sit down and peel potato for 20 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours a day. You'll be dreaming of it. I used to play chess a lot. I used to play chess to the point that that would be the first thing I would do when I wake up. On my electronic chess set, computerized chess set was right beside my bed. So I would get up and play a blitz right away. And the last thing I would do, it would be with my flashlight and trying to finish the game. You know, it wasn't like all day, but of course when I had time, not all day. But I would try to find my way through to play chess, even though when I was working and taking a break. So, what do you think happened? I dreamt about certain openings and certain ways of defending certain moves and how I defend a certain difficult situations, because I had created all these activities in synaptic neurons all day long for days and days and days, to the point that it would come to the surface when my mind was so calm and sleeping. That would be occupying the most landscape of my dream, of the surface of my brain, the waves. So I would dream it. I used to invent products, and one of my inventions produced, sold it to pharmacies, and then there was some tolerance difference, so I stopped it to manufacture it because it wouldn't fit all sizes of bottles. I had created something for dispensing pills, so when you would invert the container in your hands, when you get your prescription medicine, you would have to open the cap, invert it to your hands, and too many pills will come onto your hand, or some would fall on the floor, and children find it and pets find it, endanger their lives. So what I had done is I had created a little bit of a helper, a retrofit, that would be placed inside each container, different sizes. And then you would not open the cap anymore, you would just invert it while the cap is closed, so no pills would fall anywhere. You would bring it back to the upright position, and you would open the cap, and the pills would be at the close proximity of your fingertips. You would pick them instead of having them bunched up in your palm of your hand, and if your hand was dirty or something, you would contaminate the pills. So you would just pick them as you need them. Nothing would fall, and nothing would be more, contaminated other than the one that you would touch. So that seemed to be a little bit trouble, because pharmacies were not always buying their vials from the same manufacturer. If they were short, they would get it from a different manufacturer for quick delivery, and then the tolerance, the sizes would be different, and my retrofit would fall through or would not go in. It wouldn't fit. So I stopped it for years, but I was thinking about it. 20 years later, I dreamt about my solution. I woke up in the middle of the night, drew it as I dreamt it, and I started making 200 other prototypes. And through finding material for the prototypes of my idea, I came up with the final solution, which now one retrofit, one piece of that thing would fit every bottle of any size. That was amazing. And I, of course, made CDs on it and everything, and introduced it to send it to all pharmacies around the world. And only a couple of them, one of them in town, right away saw it, said, "Oh, this is amazing. We want it. 100,000." They bought. And then, because they had to explain to the customers what it is, because the consumer didn't know what it is. They weren't looking for something like that. They had to be educated to why this is good, and they didn't have the manpower to spend on teaching people. And of course, I didn't have enough people out there to want companies to take it on and promote it, to make this a prerequisite for every prescription. In other words, every pharmacy with every prescription would give one of these little thingies to be placed into the container, so everyone who would want to dispense the pill would not have to go through that movement of inverting the cap in the bottle when the cap is open and pills falling all over the place, or coming to the palm of the hand, and the elderly having problem with shaky hands, taking it here and there. So none of that would be there. It would just invert while the lid is closed, bring it back to the upright position, open it, and pick the pills that you need. And it would fit any container. So that's because I kept thinking about it. It wasn't my holy mission and some amazing, extraordinary, extraterrestrial thing that gave me the idea into my psyche. And the same thing you're doing. You keep thinking about something, you're training that train of thoughts, and therefore you dream of it. So don't make a big deal out of it. Just move on. So what? You dream. You dream. Another girl. As long as she doesn't dream about you either, she doesn't dream about you just like you do, then it's not going to work. It has to be two-way street. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys about my invention. All right. Now, Juanpa says, Mehran, I have a new job. Ah, good. Says, I'm adapting to it and doing my training. Good for you, Juanpa. It's a little bit tired to work 9 hours and last 3 in traffic jam, but I'm positive. Yeah, this is life. Sometimes it is like that. Every morning, I used to get up every morning early. I had to be at work at 8 o'clock, and it was like about an hour drive, or I don't know, 45 minutes drive depending on traffic. But it happens, and then you elevate and you advance and you find different positions in that same company or different company at different times. Do your work. Do what you got to do. Be good at what it is. Just do what you do. Whatever it is you do the best way you can, the best you can. Make your best efforts. Then you become good at it. When you become good at it, there's no way they will not promote you. At least there's no way you would not have learned enough to be able to open more opportunities for yourself. So keep it up. Don't worry about the work. Focus on the result. And enjoy the effort. Life is in the effort. Life is not in the result. Life is in the effort, in the activity. Life is in the moment, not in the result of a bunch of moments and a bunch of things you've done. That's not life. Life is while you're doing something. Running is not when you pass the finish line. Running is while you're trying to go towards the finish line. That's running. That's moment. That's life. That's the effort. You should focus on effort in life, nothing else. When you focus on effort of whatever it is that you're doing, you're also living in the now. Focusing on the effort of whatever it is you're doing is the same as being in the moment, in the present, in the now. And we go to Gabrielle Santana, Spice Girls Theory. Yes, right, Spice Girls Theory. Majid says, hi Mehran, long time, where have you been? I've been around, but I've been busy, as I mentioned last time. I got to make money, guys, and the channel doesn't provide that much at all. If anything, it's we're still unknown. People who know us, they enjoy it, and every day I get different emails and thank yous and appreciation of the contents that has helped them in their lives. Many of you have done the same. And so therefore I'm convinced that we have a great content, and we're helping people around the world. But for whatever reason, algorithm, whatever, we are not known. They don't find us. Therefore, we don't have 1 million subscribers yet. Therefore, we don't have enough money for me to dedicate more time and do whatever it is that I had planned to do for here. Until then, I have to pay attention to some of my other businesses, which brings the bacon or the carrot. So, having said that, that's why a little bit of a absence. But I haven't forgotten about you guys. I've made exciting and interesting videos. 4 or 5 of them are now ready. 4 of them are ready. And I'm just waiting for Olga to send me a thumbnail appropriate to those videos. And then I will publish it. And those are, in my opinion, extremely interesting videos. And they're not necessarily about breakups. It's talking about who we are, what this life is all about, in a way, how we have become the way we have become. I think one of them is called The Colognes. One of them is called You and the Nature. And one of them is called Why We Meditate. And there are a few kind of meditations in there that I've talked about and demonstrated shortly. And the other one is called, I don't remember, but there's 4 of them. And the series is called Change is Coming. And of course, I will add some of the older videos to that playlist, Change is Coming. I will have a playlist called Change is Coming soon. And then we'll have 3 more videos, 2 or 3 more videos in that to finish the series by 6 or 7 videos on the playlist of Change is Coming. So, AAB says, hello Mehran, AA female 30 from London, UK. Hello Londoner. Says, I was in a relationship, she says, I was in a relationship for 10 years. And I found out he was cheating the whole 10 years. Oh, macaroni. That is not good. I was traumatized to find out my life was a lie. No, your life was not a lie. Your life was not a lie. His life was a lie, not yours. Your life was perfect. You were perfectly fine. There is no guilt, no shame, no reason for you to think about anything negative or less about the efforts you put in life. You are fine. He's the one in shit. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Says, I got with another guy. I thought he was different. I trusted him 100%, but he did the same thing to me. And again, I am now traumatized. I don't know how to move on. All right. You need to make an appointment with me. Go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Make an appointment for Skype consultation with me. And of course, when you make an appointment for 1 hour, for the time being, I will give you 2 hours. It's my way of trying to make this more affordable, although the prices are quite affordable. I understand many other channels or opportunities or people who charge for their consultations, charging $1,000 an hour or $500 an hour. And you guys who have talked to me, you understand that our sessions worth a lot more than that, but they're only not even fraction of their prices. It's 100 per hour, which I am giving it to you for 2 hours. So it is very worthwhile. And I want you to make an appointment with me. We'll discuss that in detail, explore it together, the 2 of us, one-on-one. And she says, what makes it worse is that I had shared with the second guy that what the first guy did to me. Okay, I understand. You're an honest girl. You're a good girl. And you just have been having all these shitty people around you. And I shared with him how much it hurt me. But the second guy, despite knowing this, did this to me. These are not on you. These are on them. These are the shortcomings that they have. They're just simply not the right people. And the people in the world are not summed up by only 2 examples that you have come across. There are a lot more shitty ones around, and there are a lot more than the shitty ones There are good ones around. You just haven't come across. We maybe need to discuss how you approach what you do and how you think, and perhaps we can go from there. And Chris says, after my ex broke up with me, I did all the stupid beggings and healing and pleading. Should I text my ex and apologize for it, just in case I ever see her and the kids whilst out and can talk to them and not be? No, don't contact her at all. Don't even get back to her. Don't even talk to her. Nothing. Just move on. Just move on. Let the time just do what you're trying to do by words. The reason you want to do it because you're impatient. You just want to fix things. If that was the case, then every one of us should be running around trying to fix everything we did yesterday. Because always we come up with a better idea a few days after we have committed to a certain decision. But that's not the way life works. You do what you do at the time that you do, and you believe, and you do your due diligence, your research, and whatever analyzation, everything you got to do before you make a decision. But when you make a decision, at the time that you make a decision, you believe that the decision is right, and stick by it. Now, later on, you understand that was wrong, then learn from it. But you don't have to go on and say, oh, by the way, that's what I did there. I'm sorry I, did this. I'm sorry. You did what you did, and she did what she did, and you should not constantly trying to prove yourself to them, which you are, by apologizing. You haven't killed anybody. You haven't done anything wrong. It just didn't work out because we discussed it together one-on-one, and she was having her own agenda, and you were taking care of your number one. There's no harm done. No apology needed. But your need to be liked is the problem. I'm going to make a video on this whole business of being liked, which unfortunately this camera is not working right now. Otherwise I would make it right now. Your problem is that you want to be liked by the person who doesn't want to be with you. Why? What's wrong with you? Why do you need to be liked by? Why do we all need to be liked? Our duty and responsibility is to be decent, to do our best, to be loyal to the society and community we live in, to bring positive effects to the others in this whole journey of life. That's it. But you're not having a mandate or feeling the necessity and urgency of being liked. That's your ego. That's your shortcomings. That's the fact that you don't have confidence in yourself. That I got to create that confidence by having people like me. And for that, I'm willing to stoop down and eat shit. Put up with the shit that they're putting out on my neck just so they will like me. How weak can you be? Don't do any harm to anyone else. Don't bring any harm to anyone. Make your actions responsible that it will not hurt the society and community. But do not fucking go around trying to make sure that everybody likes me. Why? Because I'm so fucking weak. I want to be loved. Love yourself, respect the others. Do good and positive for the society and community. That's it. Don't run around and try to apologize for something that is part of life. You haven't been abusive. You haven't done anything wrong. Just didn't work out. She had her own agenda and you had yours. So move on. And don't get me pissed off. I only get pissed off if I'm paid. So, all right. And Mike says, you are right. Can't change anything. It's just I'm going on dates now to get distracted, these dating apps, and I feel shitty. Well, don't go. Don't be distracted. Why do you want to be distracted? This was a pleasant memory. It's part of life. You had this girlfriend, it didn't work out. Everyone had. and it didn't work out, and later on works out with somebody else, and says, oh, thank God I broke up with that one because this one is so much better. Why? Because you're growing, your consciousness is changing. Your consciousness after a while will not accept the consciousness of the girl that you were with and you broke up with. You will be looking for somebody else, and that is part of the nature's course. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. And where was I? What happened? Did I miss something here? AAB says, thank you for your response, Mehran. I will sign up for a session and I look forward to speaking with you. Good. Looking forward to it. Where was I? I missed. What was it? Okay. Mike says, you're right. I can't change anything. It's just I'm going through. Okay, yeah, we talked about that too. And Chris says, embarrassed so much about doing the pleading and begging things, which was really stupid of me. Yeah, but you can't fix that. Learn from it. You can't just erase it by calling her and now begging to forget the begging. Oh, you see, I'm so sorry that I did beg. Please, I beg you to forget about my begging. You don't want to do more shit of that. Just move on. Pay attention to your life. Well, do you know what Kanker means? Well, all I know is Kanker is a province or place in India, and Kanker in Dutch means cancer. And canker sore, I guess, is a kind that sore on the skin or something. That's pretty much what I know about it. And he says, I like a girl, but she has a boyfriend. What do I need to do? What does it have to do with canker? The question that you asked first. She has a boyfriend, move on. Unless she comes on to you, she says she wants to get to know you and she's broken up with her boyfriend, just move on. Don't hit on her. Forget it. Gabriel Santana says, male 24 Brazil. Okay. Adrian. Adrian says, that was Rocky. Rocky Balboa. Rocky 1. Adrian says, when we think we send out not only an abstract notion, but also energy. Okay, so you're just writing something for everyone to read. Okay. All right, you're welcome, Gabriel. Drago says, hello, sir. You did wonder for my life with your videos and advice. Again, much appreciated. Well, thank you very much, Dragos, for sharing that with us. I appreciate that, for the kind words, and I'm delighted that the videos have been helpful to you. And I have come to appreciate the videos myself. I understand it's been helpful to thousands and thousands of people around the world, and I'm delighted that we started this. It has taken lots of energy when I look back. If I wanted to do it again, there would be no possibility for me. I don't even remember what I said. I don't even remember what I was on for the things that I said and the videos. How much energy, motivation, why? And the why is I love people to live in tranquility and peace, have freedom of mind, and not be suffering. I guess that's what I did it. Because the whole time I was doing all those lengthy videos and evenings and so on, and trying to focus on making sure I deliver it right, because I had no ability to edit, no knowledge of it, no skill of it. And so I was constantly concerned about delivering it in such a way there would be no need for editing. That was actually creating a bit of a concern, because what if I mess it up in not being able to deliver? But all that is past, and we did. We're approaching 2,000 videos now. I'm proud of what we have done. I'm delighted that it's been helpful. Although we are still not known, but we know our content is second to none. We're proud of it. Almost 2 million people, if not more, have now watched these videos. Some of them maybe a whole video, some of them part of it, but nevertheless, it has had effect on everyone's who have watched them in one way or another. And I'm thankful to you guys who have supported the channel and enjoyed the content, and hope that it's been as much fun for you to watch it as it was for me to do it, because there was lots of love and positivity, positive energy in every single video that I've done and will do. The intention comes across separate from the content and the video, and I hope that would be clear and apparent while you're watching it. Anyhow, thank you for the kind word. I appreciate it. I hope you will enjoy it from now on as well. And Drago says, I have a question. Lately, I have been dating a whole lot of different women. Ooh. And I noticed something strange. I used to stick to one person as soon as I noticed we matched in goals, taste, and chemistry. But I now seem, as soon as I get with the girl, I lose interest and seem to be looping in a circle over and over, and I start to feel so drained and depressed. Any advice? Yeah, because you're not having a date with them. You're having a date with how they look. You're having a date with no depth. You're having a date for intimacy and sexual intercourse. And that is the goal of your exchange with them, interaction with them. You're trying to overcome what it is that you're dissatisfied by going on date with different girls. Could be a date that you had in the past that didn't work out, and now you constantly go on a date in order to stumble on a magic. There are no magic. If you're going on date because you're looking for solution, you will not find the right relationship ever, because you're thinking about that relationship as a solution. Solution to your shortcomings in life, solution to your job, solution to your money, solution to your unhappiness, solution to the things that you want and you don't have. That is not the right motivation to go on a date and find a girlfriend. If you look at a woman as a solution, that means you're replacing intimacy, pleasure, for the challenges that life has for you. And since it will never work, because none of the challenges that you're facing with in life could ever be responded to and answered by pleasure of any kind, whether it's through intimacy and relationship or alcohol or drug or whatever else it may be, you will never be successful in finding the right girl if you're looking at that forum, at that opportunity of a relationship as a solution. Solution to what you want to accomplish in life that hasn't been accomplished. Stop looking for a solution in girls, Treat them as a person that you want to get to know. Get to know and see if she qualifies and you qualify for you two to make something out of this interaction. And then you will have a successful, maybe, date or relationship, at least to a certain point. And you will not be disappointed of it because it hasn't solved the things that you're facing with, the challenge that you're facing with in other parts of your life, which could be your education, your job, your money, your whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and it hasn't yet, or you haven't been doing enough to get it accomplished, but you're wanting it accomplished through shortcuts, and that shortcuts would be through pleasure, and one of the pleasure would be relationship, dates. You get that separated, then you will start enjoying your dates and enjoying the persona of a person that you're going on date, rather than looking for pleasure in that date in order to solve something that is bugging you and is incomplete. Hope that will put you on the right track. Dragos. And if not, then make an appointment with me. We'll talk about it. Explore it together one-on-one. So now we have Odieg Wu. Benjamin says, hello, I lost my girlfriend. What, where'd you lose her? In the mall? I don't even know I lost my girl. Listen, where's the protocol? Odieg Wu, Benjamin, protocol, gender, age, and where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from. And please, pretty quickly, put that in there, and I will look at the rest of your... Drago says, if there is a God, I hope he has special place for you up there. Thank you again. 1,000 thanks. Thank you, Dragos. Don't thank me. Thank yourself for understanding what I'm saying. And bloody well promote the channel however you can. All right. So Odieg Wu, who hasn't responded to my request for protocol, says, hello, I lost my girlfriend because I was constantly arguing with her. Well, then don't argue. I tried to get her back, but she insulted me and said she would never get back to me. Okay, so why is that an insult? Who is she to insult you? That's her personal feelings about you and how you and her hit it off or don't hit it off. That's not an insult, that is a personal view. Like when you were arguing with her, were you insulting her? You were just expressing your point of view, and you were not in agreement for certain reasons, cultural backgrounds, or maybe customs or personal differences. That's what you were doing. And now she doesn't want to be with you because that's not the comfort zone for her, and that's okay. Because if it's not a comfort zone for her, that definitely is also not a comfort zone for you, obviously. So it works both ways. So it's all good. Why do you have to have her back? To prove what? To prove to your ego? You think your ego is you, or ego is part of you? If ego is you, then you're out there to prove to your ego that you are good enough because she took you back, because you can get whatever you want and you can please your ego through fulfilling your desires, through pleasure and all that rest of it. Don't fall for that shit. Respect her wishes, because it takes two to tango. She doesn't want to dance. Perfect. No problems. And respect yourself and move on. There's no devastation in if somebody doesn't want to be with you. So what? In fact, it just tells you why she shouldn't be with you and why you shouldn't be with her, because she doesn't want to be with you. And that's fine. It's not a negative. It just means it's not compatible. It's like saying I'm going to a clothing store to buy a suit. And I put this suit on. I like it. It looks good. Good material and design. I put it on. It's not the right size. I'm insulted. Why is it not the right size? Well, it's not the right size. It didn't mean, the tailor didn't mean to insult you by making it a different size. We just don't have your size. Or you go to a suit store and you say, well, why isn't there you know, that looks good and so on. Why the price is up? It's insulting. Why? Just that's what they want. And because of that price, then it's not a suitable choice. Because of that design, because of that size, is not the suitable choice. It's not an insult. So the same thing, she says she doesn't want to be with you. That's not an insult. It just means it's not a right fit. And you should take that as not being the right size. Don't be insulted. Just take it off, hang it up, and move on. Next store. Thank God there are more clothing stores than one. And there are more women in this world than just the one that doesn't want to be with you. There are so many others that do want to be with you. And there's so many guys who want to be with that girl or another girl. So if you're a woman and some guy doesn't want to be with you, well, there's so many other guys that would want to be with you if you get to know them. How do you know? So it's not end of the world if someone doesn't want to be with you. It just means that you shouldn't want to be with her either. Because it takes two to tango, and if one is not dancing, then doesn't matter how good the music is. The dance is not happening. We'll move on and ask somebody else to dance. All right. Now we got Kazushi Sakuraba. Says, hi Mehran. Hello Kazushi. And Kazushi, are you not going to tell us the protocol, gender, age, where you tuning in from? Quickly. Before I start reading your question. Five seconds. I'm going to move on to the next question. All right, looks like that Kazushi is not here. Anyone who doesn't have the protocol here, so we just move on until they would, and then go back to their question. Yeah? Sounds good? Okay, AAB says, thank you for your response, Mehran. I will sign up for a session and look. Oh, okay, we did discuss that. That's the one. Thanos says, hello, Mr. Mehran. I hope you are doing well. Thank you, Thanos. I am male 31 from California. Do you believe dumpers reach out when the dumpee is completely over them? What's your opinion on that? Who cares? Why do you care? You still hung up on the fact that somebody said to you, I don't want to be with you. Big deal. So what? What, the whole world has been condensed into her or him or whatever it is? What are you, a man or woman? Okay. So who cares if she does or does not want to be with you, or she will reach out in the future or not? Who is she? Why is she so important to you? Why? What has made her so important? What? Can you tell me what has made her so important? What has made her so important is the fact that you are a heterosexual male and you're programming your gene to love and appreciate, adore, want woman. That's all. But what else has she done to have become so important? That her reaching out to you would make your world. Why? What has she done for the society? What positive effect she has brought to this world? Has she helped with the problem of hunger of the children, elderly, shelter, sickness? Has she brought cure to people? What has she done that her reaching out to you will make you feel you're somebody? And if she doesn't, you're going to be sad. Why? Why who you are, what you are, your worth and value has anything to do with somebody who didn't want to be with you, reach out to you, or doesn't reach out to you? Who gives a shit? And you shouldn't either. Move on. Let's go on to the next. Kazushi, where are you now? You haven't given us your credentials. Therefore, I'm going to pass over your question. Kazushi says, my ex of a year ago agreed to meet up, but canceled last minute. But does that mean she cried? What does that mean? She cried on the phone. We broke up a year ago and said it's better not to meet up. Can you elaborate on how she may be? You want me to tell you how she felt about you after a year of you guys being together and broke up? Thank you for the compliment, but I'm not that good. Listen, obviously, she doesn't have enough confidence for making things work because she already has gone through it once, and she's afraid to go through it again. And her ego is probably, affected. And she's maybe thinking of some other opportunities, possibly. And she's still looking at you with the eye of the past, according to what things, happened between you two. She has no knowledge of who you are now. And I think you should just back off and don't worry about it. Move on. And because I don't know how old you are, I can't give you any more. I don't know really that much about either you or her. And so, but however, if you go and make an appointment with me on Skype, I'll be more than happy to explore it with you with more details. And of course, we can get into it deeper and explore it together. Chris says you should ask people to subscribe to the channel at the start of every video you do before beginning whatever the topic of the video. Yes, it's true. And some of them I have, but I forget sometimes. I forget something. I kind of feel like, well, it's just logical. If somebody likes the video, they would say, okay, it's helpful, I'm going to subscribe to this channel. But I guess it makes a big difference if you just ask for it. And I agree, I should do that. I forget sometimes. So subscribe to the channel. Consider this to be the beginning. If you guys haven't done it, please subscribe to the channel. God damn it, subscribe, click on that thingy. I don't know why. I mean, why would you have to subscribe anyhow? Just because so then I would. There it is. If you guys really like the channel and the contents are working for you, if you think that, okay, I'll come and view it anytime I want, and why should I subscribe? Because I don't want anybody to know that I'm going through a breakup. Well, this channel has got over about 2,000 videos, and not all of it is about breakup. It's got a lot to do with your psyche and to help you to get to know who you are, how you're put together. Then you can fix what is wrong because you know how it's been put together. And from that, the whole slew of videos, whole series of videos to help with the breakups, emotional challenges, other challenges has been created, all based on how the psyche works. So this channel is a lot more than just a breakup channel. It is actually helping you to understand the relationship between the fragments of your psyche. And that's the really main focus here. But I use the forum and the excuse of relationships that everybody can share and is common with everybody in order to share with you what I want you guys to learn. Now, you say, well, I come and view it and I come and view it for what I want. It's true. But if you don't subscribe, then every new video and every special program that I might want to put together and I upload, it doesn't come to you unless you are in the mood to come and search for it, which means you actually will not remember that such a channel exists when you are in trouble, when you are feeling sad, when you are facing a challenge, because we human beings forget. And you go to other channels and you forget about where it was, what it was. But if you subscribe, every time that I have a new video, it will automatically, and if you click on the bell, you'll be alerted that there's a new channel, there's a new video. And then you will choose to watch it or not, if you need it or not. But if you don't subscribe, you will never know if there's a new video, new title, new something has come up, and you will not even remember that this channel really helped you a lot at one time that you really needed, and there's some good content in there. I actually want to learn more about myself and life and in general and all these other things. because you will forget what this channel was. So subscribe and click on the bell so you will be in touch, and then you make a decision if you want to watch it or not. At the same time, then it will help the viewers, because the more people will see the new videos are coming on, the more chances they will view it, so the channel will be helped because of the views, and we make a little bit more finances, economic goals would be met, and we'll have a little bit more to, you know, buy stuff, facilities, and grow that way. So I think that is good enough for you guys to know why you should subscribe. Okay. Excalibur says, greetings, Mehran. Great to see you as always. I hope you're having a great day and took your vitamin supplements as always. Yes, I did actually. I had one pomegranate this morning, and then I had my shake with the greens in it, and I had my supplements, and what else did I have? That's it, tea. And Dragus says, if there's a God, I hope he has a special place for you up there. Oh yes, we read that. Thank you. Excalibur says, where did you lose? Okay. Dragus says, I did. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dragus. Shared like hell. Okay, good. I agree. I appreciate that. We need you guys to share the videos on your social media. Share the videos however you can, and talk about it on chat rooms and wherever, however it's legally possible. Promote it. I don't know if it's your school newspaper, newsletter, school site, university site, college site. Just let people know that help is available. It's all here. Nobody can come to this channel and still leave after having watched videos day after day and not be helped. So help yourself. It's here. Smorgasbord. You have it all. Chris says, or say at the end, if you have enjoyed the video, please press yes. That's right. Either at the beginning or the end. Yeah, I should remember. At the end of my videos, I forget. Tana says, thank you for the response. I just heard from other coaches that once the dumpy is completely over their ex, the ex reaches out. Not sure how true that is. All bullshit. Maybe or maybe not, depending on how they feel and what, where they are in their own life, and you know, and how lonely they are or not, or what kind they want to use you to get confident, or they really genuinely miss you, or they want to see how it is, or maybe they probably didn't think the world is as colorful as they thought it would be before they broke up with you, and they broke up with you so they can see what other stuff is out there, and they go out there's nothing much there, and maybe they have ulterior reasons. Who knows? But there is no such thing as you know, this is the mental thing. Once they are over you, you're over them. They will feel it. They will reach all that energy things that they're talking about. Yeah, that's when you actually feel confident about yourself, and you don't give a shit when you pass them by. They may be affected because, not because of anything magic, it's because people simply respond to people who don't need them. And when you do need them, it's apparent from your looks, from your drooling, from your words that you use. And when you don't need them, it's apparent your strength and your confidence, and people are drawn to that strength and confidence, and the fact that you don't need her makes her think, oh, maybe I lost something good. That's pretty much explains it in a nutshell. Wayne says, good night, Master Mehran. Don't forget to subscribe, everyone, and and like the videos. Thank you very much, Wayne, for that. And that is my cue for ending it today. We responded to all the questions, and it has been a lot more than I thought I would want to spend time here, but we did, because you guys are so wonderful, lovely. I love you all. Thank you for being here and giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. Please do share the videos on your social media. Promote the channel as much as you can, and like the videos that you like. And I look forward to talk to you soon. And until then, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.